Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all really well. Now it's probably about as formal as it's gonna get today because I'm filming something which isn't gonna be for everyone. Probably gonna get about 20 views on this, if that. But I'm finally taking my channel in the direction I've always wanted it to be in, and that is crisps. I love crisps. Crisps are, yeah, they're everything to me, really. Just a bit of background about crisps. I've been eating crisps since I was probably about 3 years old. Like most children, I start with the Quavers and the Whatsits, and then you move your way up to the big boy crisps, the McCoys, the Walkers, fuck it, even a Twiglet. So I'm going to be telling you what the best crisps are. Now I've seen a lot of things on Twitter over the times where it's like God tier and medium tier, shit tier, that sort of thing. They're all wrong. I'm the only one you need to listen to because I'm the crisp connoisseur, and that's that. So it's a warm spring's day. What goes with crisps? Beer does. Won't you join me if you're over the legal age in your country? Bottoms up. This is a massive bottle. I can get behind a 7-10ml bottle of beer. Now, of course, you can't do a video talking about crisps without having crisps. That would be madness. Now, I don't have all of the crisps that I'm going to mention today. I did my best. Some crisps are harder to find than others, and I'm a poor person, so I didn't want to buy multi-packs. But I have got most of them. Now let me get my very professional list up here, which is in a Google document, because I'm taking this seriously. This is a genuine thing. This video was going to be called my top 10 favourite crisps, as you can see. My top 10 favourite crisps in beautiful colours. But can you get 10? Can you pick 10, really? I do have a number one favourite of all time, as you should. But I'm also going to be mentioning the crisps of Christmas past, because there are some crisps that we have loved and lost. And that's a sad time in the crisp world. How many times can I say crisp before it gets a bit much? No times. This is going to end badly, by the way. You may find some of my choices to be controversial. There are also going to be so many crisps I've forgotten about. I'm taking this very, very seriously, just so you know. I would also just like to point out the fact that I got the idea of this video from a podcast that I stumbled upon. It's called Desert Island Crisps, and if you like podcasts and you like crisps, definitely listen to it. Like I said, it inspired me to do this video, and I'd also like to give a little nod to the Off Menu podcast by Ed Gamble and James Acaster, because they gave me my favourite phrase when talking about food, which is honourable munchin. And I'm going to be giving some honourable munchins to some crisps that I don't have with me today. Now, I think we're ready to begin. I'm also fully expecting this video to be like a minimum of 30 minutes upward, because we all know I fucking talk way too much. Let's pick the first crisp. Boom. Standard. Doritos Chili Heatwave. Need I say more? Now I think we're all going to be in agreement that Doritos in general are a fine crisp. It's your tortilla snack flavoured corn chips with intense flavours, full on crunch and a chili heatwave kick. Doritos are great tasting bold snack for when you're out and about. Mate, I'll eat them anywhere. Don't need to be out and about. Now, why do I think the chili heatwave flavour deserves to be up top? Because it's fucking banging. It's got that heat, that beautiful kick. Dip it in some guacamole and it like cools down the heat but complements it in a way. Now, don't get me wrong, I like the tangy cheese Doritos. Who doesn't? Only an animal wouldn't like the tangy cheese Doritos, but these are another level. Name me another crisp that tastes like this. I bet you can't. Hang on. I'm not agreeing with this scent today. We may have our first bad batch. The colour is not... I swear they're usually more orange than this. No, I'm sorry to have doubted you because they're awesome. I can't believe I nearly doubted this. Oh, I've got that little kick at the back of the throat. What more could you want? That one? Nah. As if. So that's our first crisp. Doesn't necessarily mean it's number one, because it's not. But it's up there as a fine fucking crisp. Take your place in the Hall of Fame, my friend. You've earned it. My next crisp is going to be one of my most controversial ones because you either love it or you hate it. Marmite crisps. Walker's Marmite flavoured crisp. 100% Great British potatoes. I love Marmite. You will not find someone that likes Marmite more than I do. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I will never be deficient in B12 because of the amount of Marmite I consume. It's unhealthy, except it's not because it's good for you. Ergo, these are good for you because they've got potatoes, vegetable, Marmite, B12. You're onto such a winner with these. I remember a dark time when you couldn't get your hands on Marmite crisps easily, and it was a really bleak time in my life. I remember scouring the aisles of Tesco and just being like, where are the Marmite crisps? I can't locate them. Only to be told that they're just not available anymore. And now they're here again. And I love them so. That smell gives me more joy than you will ever know. If you don't like Marmite, grow up. I mean it. I've said it before. I've genuinely said it before in a video of mine. If you don't like Marmite, grow up. What's wrong with you? How could you not like it? It's so good. I once had a friend who worked in a pub. They sold Marmite crisps, so I bought a whole box off of her. A whole big box of, like, stock that I bought off her. 20 quid. I'm not kidding around here. Right, the next one is the first one where I struggled on flavour. I struggled to pick the flavour for this one because it's Monster Munch. Of course it is. You can't have a crisp video and not mention the mighty fine Monster Munch. I've gone with roast beef. Now, I don't necessarily think roast beef is the best flavour. However, I feel like it's the one that I will always be in the mood for. Right, now don't get me wrong. Pickled onion and flaming hot are exceptionally good flavours. Monster Munch have 3 key flavours and they're all done to utter perfection. If you go and buy another flavour of roast beef crisps from another brand, they will not taste like the Monster Munch version. The Monster Munch just know what they're doing when it comes to flavour, and I salute them for that. And the packaging, you just can't beat this ever. Now, the reason I picked roast beef over pickled onion and flaming hot are because I will never not be in the mood for the roast beef ones. Pickled onion and flaming hot are for when you're really hankering for a proper flavour explosion in your mouth. Roast beef are just I could eat this for breakfast. Probably have. I could eat them for lunch. I could eat them for dinner. And to be fair, I probably could eat pickled onion and flaming hot for breakfast and probably have, but I just find these to be the most versatile flavour. As we all know, there is only one way to eat a Monster Munch, and that is to pick it out here. If you've never seen a Monster Munch before, first of all, what are you doing? There's been a lot of debate as to whether the shape is a monster with 2 legs and arms, or if it's like a footprint. I'll leave it up to interpretation. What do you think? I think it's got long arms and 2 legs. But this is how you eat a Monster Munch. You bite each individual little doohickey off until you're left with the ring, and then you whack the ring in whole. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Who makes these? I thought it was Walker's. This is also allegedly a sharing bag. Allegedly. I told myself I'd have a 2 crisp per bag rule while I film this. I'm not sticking to it. Things are about to get even more controversial because what could you say is comparable to Walker's Marmite crisps? It's only Jacob's Twiglets. Controversial. These are insane. They're a whole lot of crunch in a whole grain munch. What a tagline. 80% whole grain. High in fibre, so it's basically fruit. Oven baked and not fried, and no artificial colours or flavours. These are basically sticks that taste like Marmite. Well, I don't know. People say they taste like Marmite, and I get where they're coming from, but I don't get it completely. Now, the second ingredient on the list is yeast extract. It goes whole wheat flour, then yeast extract, which is what makes up Marmite. So I get where they're coming from, but I feel like there's a little bit extra in there, just a little bit fancy. 5-second rule. I think some people might think Twiglets are just for Christmas, but just like dogs and cats, a Twiglet isn't just for Christmas, it's for all year round. I also genuinely find Twiglets to be one of the most Moorish snacks that I know of. Literally, once I start a bag of Twiglets or one of those big tubs you get at Christmas, I genuinely can't stop. What am I doing? I should be making crisp sandwiches. Oh, I suck. Why didn't I think of this before? Because I don't think we have any bread. Damn it. Crisp sandwiches would have been perfection. Also, I did bring bowls. I thought I'd be good and put them in bowls, but just eat it out the bag. It's fine. They also leave this residue on your fingers, which I kind of like. What's next? I'm going to leave my absolute favourite till last. Next we've got the classic. But I have to say I'm shook by the price. 30p? Not in my day they weren't. We've got, of course, pickled onion space raiders. Absolutely iconic British crisp. And that's another reason why I didn't pick pickled onion Monster Munch. I wanted... However, I have got Twiglets and Marmite crisps. Logic. I actually haven't had a Space Raider. Very long time it's been. But I couldn't not include it. It's absolutely iconic in the crisp world. Each bag contains 122 calories. Oh my god, that takes me back. Right. And if you've never seen a Space Raider before, there he is. He looks a little bit like the guy from Scream. Amazing. Love it. It's been too long. Yeah, that 2 crisp per bag rule really run out the window. And I blame the Monster Munch. I'm experiencing a lot of crisp in my teeth now. I blame the corny, mazy crisps. Also, all my camera batteries are dying. I don't know if this is going to be a bit of a fail. Right, I've got 4 bags left. And they're all very flavoursome crisps. Next, we've got the iconic Frazzles. Now, for me, it doesn't have to be Frazzles. It can be any bacon rasher type crisps. I'm quite a fan of like the corner shop own brand ones as well that come in a big bag, and Tesco's own. They're really lush as well. But you've got to love that sort of graininess that you get on a Frazzle. And in case you didn't know, and you're a vegetarian, you can eat Frazzles. That's great for you, because I wouldn't want anyone missing out on these. It does have milk in though, sorry vegans. These make a beautiful crisp sandwich, by the way. See, these are very different to other kinds of bacon rasher crisps, because these ones are very corny, very like crumbly, melty, whereas the other ones, are they more like maize based? It's hard to explain. They're very different to their like imitating counterparts, but I like them both. It's been a while since I've had a proper Frazzle. Do you know what? It's been a while since I've had like really good crisps. All I've been eating lately are the hula hoop puffed crisps because they're really low calorie. I know. So this is me letting go right now. This is great. This is my favourite video I've ever filmed. I'm having a blast. If any of these brands want to sponsor me, by the way, feel free to hit me up. Next we've got a crisp. This is the first crisp from probably my favourite crisp brand. You might not have even heard of it. Bobby's. Bobby's is the kind of crisp that you find generally just in like newsagents and corner shops and stuff. Now, I've gone for onion rings. A beautiful crisp. But I'm generally not fussy about the brand. Like, it can be Tesco's own onion rings or whatever. I find it kind of hard to get an onion ring wrong. I just love how much the colour of them, like that's how you know it's going to be so flavoursome. That was borderline euphoric. You guys, these are so good. And the next one is another utterly iconic crisp. Salt and vinegar chipsticks. Hello. Can we just talk about the content in here? The amount that we've got. Walkers will give you that much. No offence, Walkers. If Gary Lineker is watching, I'm sure you're doing a great job, but could you just give us a few more crisps per packet, please? Because look at what chipsticks are out here doing. These are by Smith's. Smith's also bring us the likes of Frazzles and other great crisps, I would imagine, but I don't have them with me right now. I haven't had a chipstick in a really long time, but I couldn't not include them because this is possibly one of the finest salt and vinegar flavour crisps. The other one, which I forgot to buy, were salt and vinegar squares, which are... These and salt and vinegar squares are probably the best salt and vinegar crisp ever. Ever. Don't fight me on it. And the fact that they just still taste and look the same as they did from when you're a kid is just... Oh, it says Walker's Snack Foods 2019 at the bottom. Have Walker's done a slime? Bought them. Did you know chipsticks have been around since 1971, and these crispy chunky sticks full of your favourite salt and vinegar flavour are as delicious now as they always have been? Agreed. Not that I was around in 1971. Again, these make a beautiful crisp sandwich. You just got to layer loads up, loads of butter, white bread. Oh, just imagining it now. I actually hate myself for not buying bread. And finally, we've got my all-time favourite crisps in the world ever. I feel like some of you may be underwhelmed to hear my favourite crisps in the world, because I would highly doubt that they're anyone else's favourite crisps. I've never heard anyone else talk about them in my many crisp conversations. I just don't believe them to be a widely acknowledged or recognised crisp. And I promise my love for them has nothing to do with the fact that they're pink. So my favourite crisps in the world are Bobby's Prawn Cocktail Spirals. Hear me out. For once I don't really have a lot to say. I can't describe why I love them so much. I just think they're the most perfect prawn cocktail crisp out of all the ones I've ever tried. And they're just fun, like they're in a spiral, and I genuinely just think they're utter perfection. And you could never change my mind about it, ever. I'm going to let you in a little secret. Prawn cocktail crisps, I'm going to say Walkers, because these don't work too good in a crisp sandwich because of their shape. And also they don't need to be accompanied by anything else. They're perfect as they are on their own. So get a packet of Walker's prawn cocktail crisps or your preferred brand of prawn cocktail crisps, just as long as they are that standard like potato shaped crisp. Potato shape. Like sliced up potato crisp. Now hear me out. Get some bread and spread some chocolate spread. Hear me out now. Make a chocolate spread sandwich, layer up your prawn cocktail crisps, put the bread on top of the other bit of bread with crisps on, smush it together a bit till you hear the crisps sort of snapping, and that is an absolutely beautiful crisp sandwich, chocolate spread and prawn cocktail crisps. I bet no one will try it because you probably just don't trust my judgment, because you probably think I've made some strange choices here because your personal favourite's not in there. But are you the crisp connoisseur? No, you're not. I am. I know what's best. I know crisps, you don't. So I challenge you all to make a prawn cocktail and chocolate spread sandwich. Don't be a wuss, it's genuinely good, but not as good as this. I can't tell you why. They've been my favourite for years. And I don't eat them too often. That's interesting. This is the first... I thought it was law in the UK that you had to have the calories and fat and saturates and stuff on the front of the packet. But I've just noticed both of my crisps from Bobby's don't have that. So that's kind of interesting. Or not. Here's a weird thing. I was 100% sure that I bought some McCoy's Flame Grilled Steak crisps. And I didn't. I was like, I really thought I bought them. But I didn't. So now we are just going to briefly, because I'm sure this video is way longer than anyone would care for a video about crisps to be. But we're going to briefly just discuss some other crisps, give out some honourable mentions, etc, etc. So as I'm sure you could have guessed, McCoy's Flame Grilled Steak. They should be here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yeah, I nearly bought my top 10. But I forgot. I can't believe I forgot McCoy's, man. What an idiot. They were on my list and everything. I went out with a crisp shopping list. So yeah, McCoy's Flame Grilled Steak. Also, a big shout out to McCoy's, the cheese and onion one. I'm actually surprised I don't have any cheese and onion crisps here. I've got some in my shortlist, so I also would like to give a mention, or an honourable mention, to cheese and onion French fries. Absolute beautiful crisp. It's just something about French fries. I like to just nibble them you know what I mean? Why am I sat here with these crisps and not casually eating them? So this is how I like to eat a French fry. Can't really tell you why, it's just what I do. Also, they're not technically mini cheddars, I don't think. They're by Jacobs. Yeah, they're not mini cheddars, but they kind of are. The baked crinklies. Cheese and onion baked crinklies from Jacobs. They're insanely tasty. I have been obsessed with them for years. Love those. I'd also like to give a shout out to sour cream and chive Pringles. A flavour that cannot be beaten in my opinion. I do enjoy the Texas barbecue Pringles. But the sour cream and chive just hit on another level. And speaking of Pringles, the ready salted ones are perfect when you don't feel well. I had food poisoning last year, and when I finally felt like I could eat something, all I wanted was ready salted Pringles. And that's what I had. I would also like to give a shout out to cheese and onion pom bears. Need I go on? It's pom bears after all. My last shout out to crisps that currently exist are the Bobby's Barbecue Snack Mix. I was deeply devastated I couldn't get my hands on them today. There are only so many corner shops you can go in one day, and 5 was enough for me. Bobby's Barbecue Snack Mix is a fine thing because you get a mix. In a Bobby's Barbecue Snack Mix, you get this like tube thing, this rigid, like corrugated looking one that looks a bit like a sort of lattice pie, and then one that looks like a pumpkin but not quite. It's a beautiful thing. It's also very closely tied in with just the plain old Bobby's Barbecue sauce potato snacks, which are just the latticey things, which are an amazing texture. I wish I had them with me right now. I actually hate myself for the fact that I don't. And Bobby's Beef Grills. Honestly, if I had to pick a brand to live off for the rest of my life, it would be Bobby's, because you've got your prawn cocktail spirals, your salt and vinegar spirals, your barbecue sauce potato snacks, your onion rings, your cheesy curls, your bacon streaks, and your beef grills. And I've just remembered I forgot discos. Who forgets discos? Me, apparently. I'm a letdown. I shouldn't even call myself a crisp connoisseur. Now we come to a time in this video which is incredibly sad, because we're just going to touch on some of the crisps of Crispmas past. The crisps that we've lost over the years. Prawn cocktail flavour Wotsits. Why do Wotsits only make one flavour nowadays? Cheese. Why is that? It's because they created the perfect Wotsit flavour, but they couldn't admit the fact that prawn cocktail Wotsits were better than cheese, so they took them off the market because it was embarrassing that they'd done a better job at prawn cocktail Wotsits than cheese ones. Followed by flaming hot Wotsits. Again, they were embarrassed that these crisps were better than plain old cheesy Wotsits. Walker's Builder's Breakfast. It was a create your own Walker's flavour, which you could vote to be a permanent flavour in the Walker's brand. It tasted like a fry-up, a full English. It tasted of bacon, sausage, eggs and the works. It was perfection. However, it's no longer with us. Those crisps have gone into the Forgotten Foods Hall of Fame, right next to Turkey Twizzlers. I hope we've all taken a moment of reflection just to think about the crisps that we've lost over the years. This video is approaching its end. I'm going to work out how many calories it would be if I ate all of these right now, because honestly it's looking that way. If you're upset that I didn't include your favourite crisp, channel that energy into making better crisp choices, because if your choice wasn't mentioned in this video, then it clearly wasn't a good one. Don't get me wrong, just because I haven't mentioned crisps like Quavers doesn't mean I don't love Quavers. I probably eat Quavers more regularly than I eat some of these, but that doesn't mean they deserve a place in this video. Quavers are a fine crisp, they're a beautiful thing, but they're Quavers. It's something that you give a baby to get them into the crisp world. You know, it's not a chili heatwave Dorito, and it's not roast beef Monster Munch. And if your favourite crisp is a Quaver, I'd really like you to reevaluate your life choices. Because what are you doing? You could be eating Pickled Onion Space Raiders or Bobby's Prawn Cocktail Spirals. I know that's what I'm going to be doing. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you did like this video, I'm going to guess not a lot of you have. But if you did, give it a thumbs up and let me know if you want to see more crisp videos or food videos. I'm sure I can make more crisp videos though. I bet there's crisps that I haven't even tried before. And we could do a video trying crisps. Can't really call myself the crisp connoisseur if I haven't tried every crisp that there is to be tried, can I? So we've got to change that.